Okay. So, good day. This is Day, and this is my presentation towards the three assigned in-class exercises. So, first, I would like to talk about Cindy's sermon. So, Cindy's sermon has propped the construction of identity, playing with the visual and cultural code of arts, celebrity, gender, and photography. She responded to the mass media landscape surrounding her with both humor and criticism, appropriating images from advertising, film, television, and magazine for their arts. She transforms herself, displaying the density of human types and stereotypes in her image, and she had been interested in the grotesque, and she confronted viewers with the strange and ugly of humanity in explicit visceral images. So when we look at her photography and the theme of her artworks, uh, Bakhtin's cognitive theory can be applied for interpretation. So for the cognitive theory is based on the basic characteristics of the Middle Age carnival and argues that people communicate with a second identity in the community by getting rid of the everyday identities. So this theory can be displayed by one of her speeches that I wish I could treat every day as Halloween and get dressed up and go out into the world as some eccentric character. So when we look at her photo arts, they are filmed in a documentary-like style, but it's different. Her works are presenting non-everyday code of women. Some of them look confused and scared, and they are like the opposite of the stereotypical image of women. So when we look at the technique of her photography, they are different from the typical documentary photos, which are for the purpose of making records. And this technique is for documenting the thought and idea of the photographer towards the specific topic and theme. And in Sidney Simmons' case, is about the stereotypical image of women. And secondly, I would like to talk about Michael Wolff's architecture of density. So for Michael Wolff, he is known for capturing the hyper density of cities. His work on life in cities was always driven by a profound concern for people living in this environment and for the consequence of massive urbanization and contemporary civilization. So when we look at his architecture of density, which Hong Kong is selected as one of his work, the series reflects the high density living environment in Hong Kong. And with his focus of symmetry of the buildings, the implication of similarity of life of people in the city is shown. The reflection of people, Hong Kong people's packed, stressing living environment is also displayed. And thirdly, I would like to talk about Sandy uh, Scotland's Revenge of the Goldfish. And, and Scotland started working as a conceptual artist, dealing with repetitive process-oriented art production through the technique of making and photocopying in 1972. And later, her desire to document conceptual ideals lead to teach herself to photography. And this became fused with her interest in popular culture and commercial picture making strategies, resulting in the directorial tableau work she is known for today. She also began arranging scenes of familiar domestic space painted in a monochromatic palette. So when interpreting Scotland's revenge of the goldfish, the reason of the goldfish's revenge should be understood. So for the life of goldfishes, they are usually kept as pets in a closed, round or squared container, and it seems that they can swim freely in the container. However, different to other kinds of pets, their emotions are usually neglected by their owners. So the revenge of the goldfishes implies the change of the identity between the goldfishes and their owner. So, and in the closed blue bedroom, which indicates the container with water, the fishes are looking at their pets, the two humans, and it seems that the two humans can freely move. They can sleep and they can sit. Yet, for one of the human, uh, he is unhappy, and his emotion is not taken care by the owners, the fishes. The fishes doesn't care about the human's emotions. So here we can see that it's the revenge is about the exchange of identity. So if I have to produce a photograph of dream house with the surreal style, I would choose to build a translucent acrylic apartment building to implicate that the dream house is just an idea. And it actually does not exist, and it is difficult for people in Hong Kong to buy or to build a so-called dream house. And in the apartment and around the building, they are full of soft-shelled turtles that we call waterfish in Cantonese. So which indicates that the people that are willing to buy what they want with a high price, and this implication and this implicates that no matter how expensive the flat is, people still try to buy their dream house, and they borrow money from the bank with the unstable high interest. So from the aspect of the developer and the banks, buyers like us, we are the soft shell turtles. We are the waterfish. So when we compared the style or technique of documentary and staged and tableau, and we can see that documentary actually does not rely on the props, and however, it may take a certain period of time to take the photo, and it can be regarded as time consuming, and timing is an important element to take the photo. For stage style, and it relies on the props, and the stories can be presented through the arrangement of the props and the models. And compared to documentary, this method and this style is more time efficient. But for the tableau, it is able to present a more abstract idea, and the use of props is highly required, and it can be time consuming because the production of special props may take time. So when doing this three in-class exercise, I learned that the comparison between the three different style, the documentary, the stages, and the tableau. And I also understand the selection of theme, whether I should do it in an abstract way or even a concrete way. And I also learned about the presentation of theme. So how should I present my work? Maybe it's abstract, but the idea is abstract. How can I present it with a more applicable way? Or I can do it in a creative way. And from the project, I should pay more consideration on the implication of different elements, because different elements may tell different story. They have different implications. They have different meanings. So when I have to take a photo to tell the theme, I have to care about the props. What does the props mean? So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you.